Right, I'll say that again while I've unmuted myself. Sorry about that. How late am I? 4 minutes. Right, I've been noticing this chat, Lynn Hopkinson. I'm going to go right back to the beginning. Wow. Right, first comment, pissing down and blowing a gale here, Lynn. Do you know what? Here in Wigan, it's been blue sky all day, cold-ish, a bit of a breeze, but pleasant. So sorry about that. Alligator Software, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Always good when you come in, thank you. Oh, you two have been having a great conversation, I see. Biker, as always, will be with us soon. I've put the link in already, haha. Oh, right, I've just seen this one. That is one of the best movies, I think, well, that I've ever seen anyway. Brilliant stuff, Jack Nicholson. Oh, who else was in it? But what a film that was. Brilliant. 70s, I think. And Howard John's here. Missed out last night. Well, I just went live, didn't I? So, you know, loads of people probably didn't know because I normally schedule them about an hour beforehand. But yeah, I was speaking to Biker beforehand, and I said, "What do you think?" Yeah, go on, I'll go live because I missed Friday out, and I just think, I don't know. I do think that I owe it to people because I do go regular, so and I just thought, well, I've missed one, so I'll go, you know, last night. So, and then I think I said I might go live another night this week. And I'm pretty sure Biker went, yeah, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. He'll probably let me know when he comes on. So, right. So, John, how are you doing there? I hope you're well. Just after the period. But yeah, you know, company we have in here is all good if you ever want to have a chat about anything. So thanks, John. Lynn, what have you done with your name again? Every time I see you, you change your name. Well, you know, when I was in a band, I never had a groupie, but Lynn, you're a right groupie, you are, aren't you? On my YouTube channel. You know I love you though, don't you? Absolutely fantastic. Cheers. Right. Okay. I prefer Lynology, actually, Lynn. That one, the other night, a few nights ago. Do you know what, John? You know me by now. I don't do TV or watch rubbish. I didn't know, but a pre-conclusion for me. Okay, I'll not be long. How many we got in now? Just a quick check. All right. There's over 30 people in. That's all right. Don't want to miss anyone out. when we start. Right, John. Right, if you want to, John, anything you want to bring up, mate, but that one, if that one has got to you, if that one's upset you, which it lives on many others, I reckon, you come on and talk about it, mate. Let your feelings be known. You know you can do that on here. Lynn, you talk too much. God, what a mate, God, you don't have neither. Alligator, how do you keep up with her in that conversation? In fact, you're just as bloody bad. I'm reading through it now. You're just egging her on. Oh, what we in for tonight? If it's as good as last night, guys, it was brilliant, weren't it? I thought last night. I'm just looking for Yvonne. Not in yet. Could be busy. Anything could be happening. So, nearly there. Well, Paul. Yeah. God. Right. There she is. Our Yvonne's in, and so is our Paul. SG, how you doing, mate? Hello, SG. You've been working hard on your lives, haven't you? I mean, as far as time goes, wow. You know, excuse me. You put a lot of hours in, mate, and I know what that means doing a live. So I'm convinced you're an insomniac. You might have said that before on a live, actually, but do you know what? For people who do live streams and keep it mellow like you do, I do try and watch as much as I can. But good on you. Well done, because you know how tiring it is, and it's not that easy sometimes, is it? But good on you, and thanks for popping in, saying that. In fact, you're backstage, you know. Right, I'll not be long, right? It's just I've got Biker in me. I can just see him now, bloody going. Eamon, right. Eamon's in there, guys. Our Irish friend. Thanks for coming in, mate. Everyone's saying hello to each other like you normally do. Thanks so much. LT is Althorpe. Same back to you, mate. And I hope you're keeping well. You know, battling through. Well, you would do, mate. You're a lifer, goes without saying. John, we know as ex-squaddies, there's no better ironer than a soldier. Full stop. There you go. Take it from us. Right, I'm nearly there. You should be used to this by now, all right. Nearly there, and Yvonne. Absolutely. No, I'm in more trouble. Honestly, I'm nearly there. Steph. How you doing, Steph? Wow, you've been around for a long time, haven't you? I'm sure you came in my first live. That was a long time ago. What are you doing, Steph? Port the Walk? Don't recall your name. Love your comment, though. If Lynn's saying port, kiss, then I take it you could be all right. Lobby Goblin friend, yeah. If anyone wants to ask that question, I'll answer it. I'll answer it, no problem. Lobby Gobblers. Are you doing Put the Boat? Right, I'm nearly there. Honestly, I am. Biker, please. Jordiel19, are you doing? Respect back to you. Please, I'm nearly there. Pressure. Nah, no pressure. Cop Watcher 2, are you doing, mate? Keep it cool. How you doing? Hope you're okay. And it's at the end now, I think. I think I've seen this name before. Or somebody similar. It looks either, well, it's Eastern European, I'm guessing. Russian. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, I'm almost there, and all right, can't beat a Pono lobby lad. Al, how you doing? Right, I am gonna bring. That's it. I'm at the end. Thanks so much, guys, for coming in. I don't know how many's in. Over 30, I think. So I've got two people backstage. Obviously.
Right, I'm on.
Just put in the thing. I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm just going on my break. Thanks so much.
Right, I'll mute that because there's a private phone call going on there, and someone forgot to mute his mic.
It's all right.
So I will bring Mr.
worry.
SG on.
Don't you worry,
Mr.
mate.
SG,
it's all sound.
The live stream king.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you.
I mean, as far as mileage goes, mate, that's
mileage in a short amount of time, maybe.
Well, I don't know. It's.
Well, I've been getting a lot of love off people, and I thank them. I mean, you can't do these live streams without other people, else we'd just be talking to ourselves, wouldn't we? And we could do that without a live stream.
Yeah, that's when we're not on live streams. That's what we do. Apart from that, we sleep, and then that's it. A bit of eating and drinking in between, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, listen, mate. I respect the fact it's not easy. No matter what the conversation or your guests and things like that, and to go that amount of miles.
No, I know. I never planned, never planned it. Never said like, yeah, let's do a long stream.
No,
At the moment, I'm actually on one now, and it's 1 day, 20 hours, 11 minutes.
What, you've been awake all that time?
I've been what? Sorry, live.
Have you been live all that time?
Yes.
Have you been to sleep yet?
Well, I did have 2 hours yesterday, and I think I had like an hour odd earlier on.
Jesus.
Not planned. But I put myself actually in bed, like, because I was standing up through most of the live stream so that I wouldn't fall asleep, and I fucked up. I physically put myself, laid myself up in bed. So yeah, I've been doing live streams in bed now. Well, not in bed. I'm just on the bed.
Bloody hell.
Good
evening, everybody.
Yeah.
So you were an insomniac then, SG?
Oh yes, ever since I was a child.
How did you cope with that? I mean, how old are you? Do you not mind
48.
me asking that? So when you said child, do you mean?
When I was like about 7 odd.
How the hell do you cope with that? I mean,
well, I don't know. It's so normal now. I'm not saying it doesn't come with consequences like having to sleep for a few days if you do stay up for too long. But I usually go without sleep for a couple of nights a week on average. and it messes me up. You know, it makes you really overtired, unable to think properly. You know, do anything half the time. Sometimes, you know.
It's got to put your system all to cock as that.
Oh yeah, and I imagine I'm like rife to be, you know, getting some health problems because of it.
I mean,
And all you have to do is maybe eat wrong, and suddenly, you know, you're then worn down and you're messing up physically.
I mean, even eating at sort of odd times is not good for you. When I worked
No.
nights, that threw me out for about 3 or 4 days when I finished them.
Oh man,
So-
that changing over to that messes me up anyway. Yeah.
So God knows what you'll go through, mate.
Well, I go through that kind of transition often, like sometimes all the time.
Yeah, bet you do.
It's a nightmare. It is what it is.
And the older you get, you know, it's true, isn't it? You
The
do
harder
word
it gets, yeah. Well, in some senses.
I mean, I don't know. I'll just advise for take a break. You know, I mean, I know you got so much you want to come out with, but I mean, don't burn yourself out, mate, if you can help it, because I've done it, and it takes longer to come back, and then you've got that.
I mean, this is kind of normal for me, though, in a way.
Chop it up in lesser, you know, like do it like a working day rather than. I mean, you're doing like mega overtime, aren't you? Really, to be honest.
All I thought I was going to do was go for about 4 hours when I started this stream, though.
Hey, I was the same. If you look back,
I've seen you do some long ones, yeah, Dino. Long ones.
You was around, and apparently I was the longest live streamer or something, which is bollocks because
within the, you know, auditing kind of community. You mean, yeah?
Well, I suppose, but that was the eagerness, and I think you've got that, and why not? Because lives are great.
Well, I don't like to stop them if I've got a few people on and things are going good. You know, I feel kind of obligated, and people seem to enjoy joining the live stream and sticking around. And
you've just said obligated, and I can't disagree with that. And that's why I did one last night, because I thought I missed one on the Friday, which is the, you know, the regular thing. So I felt like, you know, I didn't. Oh, Friday, no, I didn't do it. So as soon as I felt better from, you know, I didn't feel good. So as soon as I felt better, I thought, and it was Monday. So I give Biker a call. I said, "What do you think, mate? I feel all right. Are you up for one?" "What do you mean? Of course I am." So yeah. So it's that urge and eagerness because, just love doing them, love seeing who comes in the chat and on the panel, and it becomes like a little family, and you'll get to know who's who and things like that. And
speaking of family, Dino, good evening, Baz. How you doing, mate? Happy New Year to you as well, fella.
Is that my father in there? Yes, it is. Well spotted, Biker. You know what I'm like. Dad, I've told you about him. If it wasn't for him, then that's my dad, guys. Baz B, my dad. It's going to be his birthday soon. Actually, it's this month, and it's going to be the 25th. Am I right? No, the 14th, Dad. Right? Because you and my brother share the same month.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it same as me. Then mine's on 11th, mate.
Right. So Aquarius, yeah, is it Aquarius?
Capricorn, you deaf get.
Capricorn. I don't know all this crap, but
I'm
that's
a
my
Pisces.
guys. Some of you've met him before, but Dad, this is SG, Biker, as you know. Al Thorpe, just above you in that comment there, Dad, is the guy I've spoke about a few times to you, fella Lather. Lynn, you know about, obviously. I want to introduce you to Teflon Sticks as well, who's a massive contributor to mine and Bikers' lives. And it's just a great place to be most of the time. Lee Moore as well. Thanks for coming in, mate. I couldn't do a 48-hour, mate. No, I couldn't do a 12-hour now, really. I'm like
I think I'm
sticking around
about to do a 48-hour.
recently. So, but anyway, thanks, Dad. Thanks for saying hello. I hope you're all right. Yeah, it's all right yesterday, weren't it? Had a quick chat with Shauna, my daughter, your granddaughter. Great chat. So yeah, it's nice, that, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, he supports what I do. It's amazing, and this
I
is
got some positive feedback off my parents just yesterday when I kind of went round during this live stream and said,
I just
by the
think it's
way,
nice. It's nice to have your family giving you support because of what you do, because I think what we do is quite controversial. SG.
well, certainly
be.
talking about things at the moment, whatever you talk about, really, is discussions on, social media like we do is controversial. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to get
not just
support.
auditing or anything, but yeah.
Yeah. So Plod's in there, guys, as well. Dad,
Hey.
I know you know Plod. You watch all of his videos and all that. So we have a good relationship. Myself, Plod, Biker, and a few other people. And it's really nice to have your own father to support you with things he wouldn't kind of go for, if that makes sense. He knows what I mean. He's smiling right now. So cheers. Right, Steph's off. Quick visit. But thanks, Steph. Thanks for coming in.
See you,
Steph.
See you,
Rice
fella.
and peas as well. How you doing? Still
Yeah,
saying hello. Sorry, guys.
definitely, Baz. I totally agree with that comment, mate. Born leaders, definitely.
Eamon, the reason, right? I know it's an Irish name, and so we were thinking, not one of them planning it for ages, like what name and all that, like taking ages on it. It was like a last minute thing, and actually, when they have a board behind the bed saying what name, and then they write it on, and me and the other person were saying, oh, well, if it's a lad, I said Sean. I think Sean, whatever. What do you think? And well, I think this and blah blah. No, Sean's all right. I said, all right, Sean for a lad. And if it's a girl, she was going to be called Jasmine. That was her final decision before she was born a girl. And then we changed her mind to Shauna. So yeah, but she's all right with the name. She don't mind that. Shauna's my youngest daughter. She's very beautiful, and she'll be popping on at some point in the near future to say hello to everyone as well, which will be nice. So yeah, thanks, Eamon. Thanks for coming in. Baz B as well. What you saying, Bazza? That's my dad. Capricorns, Avon leaders, biker. Well,
Totally agree.
I can't argue with that coming from my dad, to be honest. So, right, it's gone quiet. Don't do that.
No, really squirm. Took 11 minutes to bring me on, so I'm going to let you stew.
No, it's fine. I can keep talking. Dave Datura, how you doing? You're a Capricorn as well. Really? Eamon? Great stuff. James, where have you been? Not seen you for a few weeks. Behave yourself tonight. Right. Mickey Mouse.
Again, he does it every time he comes on. What a lad.
Yeah, and he's thanks, Mickey. I don't know. You've been around for, well, I think since day one, really. I don't know who you are. but you've always supported me, and them few times when you said I've always got your back, Dino, I kind of get that feel as you have, mate, and thank you. It means a lot. It really does. Mickey Mouse guys, top supporter.
Yeah, they never come on a panel though, right? So you never get to speak to them.
It'd be nice to.
Yeah, I mean that's no pressure on anyone, but it would be nice. I have to admit,
it really would be nice. You know what I mean? You're right.
When somebody's in chat and they're involved like that, and then eventually they do come on a panel, it's a completely like overwhelming thing, really, for a second, isn't it? It's like, oh my god, wow, thank you for coming.
I can imagine, because none of your business. He's not been in for a bit, but he's donated to me 50 Aussie dollars a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen him on other people's lives, you know, so I know he will go on a live. So, you know, next time he comes in, I'd love him to come on, you know, our Aussie friend. He supports many English channels, and he's a nice guy.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, a lot of people.
He's actually helped me grow just recently by sharing my link.
Yeah, a lot of people find it hard to come on live, though, for whatever reason.
That's true.
It wasn't easy for me, Biker. It really wasn't, but I did it. Yeah, and now people are calling me the Terry Wogan of auditing StreamYard.
I've never had a problem with it. It's never bothered me. But I suppose I've always been like
I'm
that.
really shy. You wouldn't think it, but I'm really shy. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
you have a shy voice. Would you ever go on screen, SG?
I probably will do it at some point later. Yeah, but you know, I'd rather keep my anonymity.
That's even harder to do.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, Dino, I've tried. I've tried in different circumstances, and I end up on the floor laughing too much, rolling over and over it, and I just can't control myself. It's some kind of shy, weird thing, and I hate it.
All the time. You've seen that.
Yeah, I wanted to get into acting just because I like the whole idea, getting paid for joking around or being silly, but like, you know, I just couldn't do it because I was rolling around on the floor laughing. All I saw was like the shine on yeah, all I saw was the shine on the trainer's head on the television screen that gave us the feed from the camera, and that was me. I think I fell back on in the chair, all on film, and was just laughing in the corner. Couldn't breathe properly. Nearly urinated all over myself.
Mate, I think I fell asleep one night on a live.
I've actually done it twice during this live. So.
And I actually thought I didn't. I must have been that. I had an argument with Plod, and he was going, right, Dina, you fell asleep on your own live. And I'm thinking, who fucking hell are you? You know what I mean? Taking the piss out of me. And I thought, I didn't. I'm sure I didn't. And then I thought, I did. Shit, I did. You know? Yeah. And that was really embarrassing. I was really embarrassed, but because everyone had a good bloody laugh about it, and I threw myself in my first live because of an incident. What happened? So it was kind of a real thing. It weren't kind of like everyone has their own different reasons for going live first time. But in fact, it weren't my live. I was the first time a guest on a first ever live that I did. So, and it was because of something what happened to Kat back in early summer, late spring in Grafters at a protest. Both and I just started and all that, and then I saw what happened to her.
When she was searched. Well, she was like arrested and searched.
I'm not sure if she might have been searched. I'm trying to think back.
She was detained and arrested, and then
she was cuffed. They cuffed her, and they'd done arresting because I'm sure I've got that on video. And she
went on a live on the train just on the way back, and then she was off again.
She was actually live, but then
with Bannerman,
what happened, didn't realise she was still live. And then
Yes.
as
I
we
watched
plodded on,
that.
she went, "Guys, am I still live? I'll never forget it because I was walking Aussie. Her arms were her wrists were that sore. And when I saw her like that, and there were like about 5 of them around her, she'd done nothing wrong, but they cuffed her and then let her go and all that. And someone commented on something I put up and said I was there as well. I saw it and all that. They were bastards that day. West Yorkshire Police, I tell you, they were absolute bastards. They were. But yeah, she was very upset. So I think the day after, maybe the week after, or whatever, it was on mostly Insects. I think with Greater Manchester Media, they were doing a regular Tuesday, I think, and because I'd subbed to Mostly and belled it, it came up live, and I think Catwoman and the title and that. So I jumped on. So I thought I'll go on. I'll listen. And I just had this urge to jump on, and I was nervous as fuck. Just going back to us doing lives and all that. I know I go on a bit, but and I thought, shall I? And it's like, you get the finger on the nah, and your bloody heart's pumping and things like that. And now I never even thought of not going on without showing my face because I didn't really know how to do a logo thing. Just put the avatar thing up.
Yeah.
Totally new to YouTube, so I just went straight on. I thought, well, Cat's seen me anyway, and things like that. And then I started getting on with them guys, especially Cat and things like that. And then things happened after that between me and the other two and things like that. But then after that, I think it was only about a month, maybe, in that, where I started doing mine. And I just settled in because, for one, Biker was there straight away. And that was like a total settler for me, just because you all know how we get on. You all know how me and Biker are fixed, if you like. And then it just went on from there. I think I've been lucky, to be honest with you. Timing of things and things like that.
There's a lot of luck in life, isn't there? But
It's
Dino, it's not just luck.
Been a rough one.
It's not just luck for you, because you've been a staple diet for people who want live streams in this community, haven't you?
I couldn't have put that better myself, mate. That were a good statement, that.
At the beginning, just to finish off, because I know I do talk a bit, but at the beginning, just like yourself, no SG, I couldn't wait. It was like, I want to go live tomorrow. I want to go live now. I want to go live tomorrow, but it will become, and I know you're insomniac. You're insomniac. You are.
Yeah.
And obviously you're going to burn out at some point, mate.
Yeah.
And we don't want you to, obviously.
No, kick me if I'm snoring.
And then it got to me, and I thought, it's really tiring me out because I'm going out there doing videos as well, traveling down, and it kind of burned me out a little bit. But my lives have always been special to me because of, coming across all these people and the challenges of it and things like that, and the progress people have made in our lives and things like that with whatever the problems have been. We've had loads of people coming in with problems. We all have a chat about it. Sometimes they've gone off feeling a bit better and things like that. Loads of things are involved in our lives, but I've taken it a lot slower now, and I just want Fridays I want to stick with, like a once a week definite, unless and then I get people like Yvonne Driver, Lynn Hodkinson, other people saying, Dino, do another one midweek. So I am willing to do 2 a week, but previous to that, what was burning me out was the urge and actually doing one every night near enough. And you kind of run out of things to say as well.
I think that's maybe where I'm okay. I can talk shit. People don't mind.
Right. I mean, each to their own, really. You know.
Yeah.
But
can I just say, or ask you really, by explaining some of my experience just lately, is people have kind of, and we've spoken about it, so we've ended up finding out. People are finding that these live streams, everyone's live streams, are therapy for them and their problems. You know, like a bit of something nice to listen to or watch, you know, to actually help them deal with.
I get
things
that.
In the
We've
life.
had that a lot. I've had that
yeah,
a
you
lot.
noticed that then, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we got asked to do the Wednesday night thing because of all that, and
is that yeah with the Carl, yeah.
But yeah, I just want to stick with a smaller routine on lives. You know.
Yeah, I do plan to go
can
live
talk like
for
US
any
stream,
reason.
You know, I can't stay awake as long as you, but I can go on and on and on if I wanted to, but I don't want to wear myself out, and I do wear myself out sometimes.
Oh, believe me, I'm worn out right now.
I want to. If you keep that gap as well, you get that bit of an expectation as well. It's something you can look forward to, something a bit better. I think if there's that gap in between, maybe for some anyway, not for all. Every night is good enough, and I know where you're coming from because I know Lynn won't disagree. You know, Lynn won't mind me saying these things, these lives of her choosing, are sanctuary in some cases because of
and that's what yours has been for me particularly as well, Dino, as well as everyone else's. But you know, I'd just like to say thank you for doing them, you know, because I've been thanked myself for doing these lives lately. So, you know, I'll take the opportunity to thank you for your input to that, because it's been massive.
Well, thanks for your input towards my input, mate. You know, you've been around for a long time.
Yeah,
you know, you've always been polite and straightforward and respectful,
well,
and
I'm only human. I can have my odd moment, you know.
Subjects, so, yeah.
But I've never had a problem with you, Dino. Never.
No, same here, mate. And
any problem you maybe think I had, it was because I thought you had a problem with me, and that's the only thing it ever was.
No, it was. I just thought you said.
And with no need to even go into it, mate. Yeah, there's no need.
I thought you were saying something like, "Well, it was just impartial," laughing. I thought.
Yeah, I know it's so difficult to understand the intention on a little message, isn't it? Though, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, forget that.
Yes. Yeah. There's no need for that. Don't worry.
Right. I think we've waffled on too long.
Yeah, I think we blue waffled maybe.
If I can, this is your fault because you're worse than me. Anyone new who's joined, thanks for coming in. I've seen a few new names. Thank you so much. Carpet Campers.
Daddy Yorker's in as well.
Daddy Yorker. Thanks so much, Timber Meal Timber. Thank you for coming in. I hope everything's all right with you. Yvonne, what have I missed? Doesn't matter.
It does matter. We're on about 10 minutes ago. We're on about going on live and finding it hard to come on. That's what she meant by that comment.
Okay.
Oh, right. Well,
I'll just keep you updated, mate. You carry on.
Yeah, I know that. You see, you don't have to explain to these guys. They know a hell of a lot about what you do for me on these lives. Thanks.
Lynn, I think that's probably a little bit too much information.
No,
well,
that's
what's she saying now?
She's off for
she said she needed a wee.
Well, yeah, that's what she said, but
yeah, man, that was class, wasn't it?
I just translated it into Yorkshire. She's off for a piss.
Yeah, you know what, Eamon? I'll never forget that too.
that was absolute class. You just brought it back.
And I'm a complete dickhead.
Sorry, I just went silly that night. Sometimes I do, but Eamon, yeah. Okay. Don't forget, John's in there as well.
Smokey's just come on.
Right, Fluke might be coming on, guys. So he's not been on for a while.
Excellent,
like last night, like it always is from now on. Even though we can have the odd series talk on a Friday, no problem. I'll take it all in on a Friday. But as far as last night, tonight's concerned, it's all about banter. So we're not talking about anything controversial that could affect channels on YouTube, if you don't mind. So, Fluke, come on and come and have a laugh, a bloody smile for once.
Smokey, excellent news, mate. I made up for you. I'm glad we could help last night, mate.
Smokey in there. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, it's comment 9:13, mate.
It's not the Eddie Lee Moore. Get your ass on here. It's not the Eddie show at all, right?
She knows she likes me. I know she does.
One thing I'd just like to mention, I can. 5G is about to be turned on in the next couple of hours, I believe. I'm going to do a bit of a video. I'm going to take some video of the 5G towers in my local town, probably in the next couple of days, just for interest.
What is that one? Start to glow red.
Well, I'm hoping I don't get.
Honestly,
like,
I think that we've had ours turned on around here for about last 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they're testing him and that. Yeah, I bet they're turned on, but like the whole system, maybe. I don't know.
No, I'm still on 4G at the moment.
Smokey LJ, brilliant, brilliant. Please come on. You know you're welcome. No problem, but that's great news, mate, because last night were a bit tough for us all, and so glad.
I think he got some good advice last night anyway.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant stuff, guys. Well done to everyone who were in there supporting them. Super.
Larry lockdown. I don't know when it is, Larry, but I was told it was like a few hours. Maybe it was somewhere else in the world or something. I don't know. I might have got it wrong.
I think they'll do it in stages throughout the country, won't they, rather than just bang everything on all at once. That's what they did. That's what they've been doing anyway.
The problem is, when people talk about 5G and I look at the 5G, I keep thinking it says SG, just like Fluke thought at the time.
Yeah. Well, they've been writing this 5G since what was it? 3G came out. They're always so ahead of it. I mean, they're on with 7G now. Who's it background in, huh?
Nobody. Sure.
No, I'm hoping somebody comes on soon because I'm still on my live stream. I need to get back to it at some point.
I'll put the link up again, but yeah, just us three for now, guys. Fluke might be coming on.
I do enjoy speaking to Fluke, but the amount of times that kind of missed each other on live streams is astounding.
Stephen Guest, oh my God, it's been a while, mate. Hope you're well. Paul Dunn, definitely, mate, without a doubt.
Are you, Dino and Bikereddie, competing with posting the StreamYard link?
Yeah.
He's just a twat. He's a twat, mate. He keeps forgetting to post it. That's why I keep doing it.
Nice.
Right. I've got a special guest. He's going to come on. Right now.
Hi, everybody in the chat and on the panel. You all right, guys?
Hey, John, how you doing, mate?
Hello, John.
Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, not bad, SG. Dino,
good to see and hear you, yeah.
You all been good. Well, you've got to show your face now and again, ain't you?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
mate.
You know what I mean? People want to see our ugly mugs, don't they? Let's be honest
I've
with you.
no idea why though people want to see that. Like, I've had so many like, are you going to show yourself, SG? Things going on.
I think we're social animals, aren't we? We do like seeing people's faces and voices, see their expression and hear the way they speak, and that, you know. So facial recognition is everything, I think.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't actually go on as well for the facial recognition software.
Just thank you guys in the chat there, because people are coming in saying, you know, appreciate that. I mean, I hope you all had a nice New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Yeah,
I certainly did, mate. Yeah, I certainly did.
Hope you did too, John. Thank you.
Well, I took part in the New Year's London Day parade, and the BBC interviewed me, but they didn't show it because I was a bit wild in what I said to them, I think. So, hey, that's the way it goes. Because the
Speak your mind, mate. Speak your mind.
Well, I did, and I said earlier on the stream when I was doing the comments, like, you know, I mean, I know Dino ain't got a TV, but me and my son stayed up and watched the New Year in on BBC, and it was total load of crap, because obviously, you know, the other channels were better. I mean, you see some of them on there, but I mean, BBC was so woke at the time. I had to turn it off and over because it's not my scene. But I hope everybody in the chat who had a nice time, and that, you know, because I think we all need a decent 2022 now, actually.
Well, not with stopping my Christmas this year, mate.
I can hear it. And it's still going on by the sound of it. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a glass of wine, is that, mate? It's been poured.
I thought you were taking a piss.
It doesn't sound like that when he's taking a piss. You can't hear a thing. You go straight into a nice padded pad. Triple layered.
Oh.
Yvonne, you know that because you mentioned it, and the night before. You're not getting out of that one either.
Mate, I told you. I've nothing to hide. I'm not shy.
I know you're not.
I mean, I don't need the pads. It's just me being a lazy bastard. I can't get up for a piss.
There's no way on earth you're a lazy bastard. Not one iota. I know that.
Dino, there's so many people on this show respect. I mean, it's unbelievable, really, compared to some of the other channels that I've seen. Like, you know, I mean, obviously the respect and the love coming from people in your chat is absolutely marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. And they all deserve a medal.
They're great.
Certainly do.
Well, I have to say, John, it's great to be on a panel with you. But I do have my own live, and now you've come to save the day and you know, and provide Dino with some content. I mean, some extra content with somebody on the panel. I'm going to say big respect to everyone, and I'm going to jump out.
Right, cheers for coming on, mate, and don't burn yourself out. You've been on nearly 2 days now.
Yeah, 1 day, 20 hours, 46 minutes at the moment. But yeah, I might do 50 hours this time just to make it.
Jesus.
Listen,
SG,
you've got
I'll probably be asleep by then, though.
SG, it doesn't pay to deprive yourself of sleep, mate, because I've seen people collapse through no sleep and that, you know. So
I've actually done that, yeah.
Your body has to have that, you know. It's like being recharged again, isn't it? You know, plugging yourself in and recharging your batteries. But if you deprive yourself of that sleep,
brilliant.
If I do that, I'll probably never do it again. You see, as well.
How many times do you hear of people who just work over and over and over and just they burn themselves? They, you know, don't lose that. Just slow it down if you can, and just do it in a series. You know, or I
definitely will be trying to create some kind of formula. You mean, Dino? Yeah, a safer formula.
But you know, it will affect your health. I mean, come on, your health.
It always does, yeah. I'm not very healthy anyway.
Top health to you know, report your top knowledge. Just please try and not burn yourself out and balance things out, and you'll still get the same message out. You will. It might take longer, but it could take even longer if you try and do too much in a long space of time for people to take in. If you do it in shorter periods, even though them shorter periods might be 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time, rather than 20 odd hours at a time in one go, it could work better that way anyway.
I agree. I agree.
Anyway, we're only looking out for you, mate, because
No, thank you. I do see that,
some good stuff, and you're a good guest.
I feel honoured for your concern.
No, honestly, mate. Yeah, you just keep going, but take it a bit more easy. You know.
No worries, and thank you.
Yeah,
no, thank you, Dina.
Don't play to the masses, mate. Take some time out.
Yeah, well, I think I will be after this one.
I think you should.
That's actually what I was doing. All I did was I popped on Queen Bee's for like a couple of hours, and then I carried it on after hers because her laptop had died and it was still going, but we couldn't bring anyone on and things like that. So I did one. That's all I did.
Anyway, I applaud you, mate, for your enthusiasm and the amount of work you put in. I know what it's like, and
Well, yeah, thanks for saying how it is. It is work, isn't it? That type of thing. It's not just talking.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
If you're still around tomorrow afternoon, I might bob on for a bit, mate.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I could pop over anytime because, of course, if I'm going, then there's probably room. Always welcome.
Cheers,
everyone.
Just take it easy.
Cheers.
Just watch your channel.
I'll be gone and let you continue a subject that's not me, anyway.
What is your channel, SG?
It's SG.
Just SG.
I'm almost impossible to find.
I know you
sure
are.
Someone's got the link.
Someone will put that link up, John. No doubt about it.
Thank you for that, John. Awesome.
So well done, mate. Just please try and take it easy, but well done. Magnificent.
No, cheers, Dina. Yeah. Thanks, Eddie. And thanks, John.
No problem.
Big respect, and same to you. Keep it going and provide that service to people, which it seems we do.
Absolutely, mate. Thanks very much.
Keep going.
Take
care, mate.
Respect.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
See you later, mate. SG, he's been on for a while. He's a polite guy, you know what I mean? He's obviously been working hard on his live streams. I can't believe it. Wow, what a powerhouse. I mean, he's admitted he's an insomniac, but how he gets over that tiredness, I don't bloody know. But good on him for putting all that work in, all them hours, because it's not easy to talk for a long time and coerce everything. So well done to you. I'm going to take my first break, which is amazing. It's take me.
Thank fuck for that. You shut up for a bit now, then.
I have no. In fact, I'm not going yet because LJ is coming. Is that SG's channel, LJ? So there you go.
All right, I'm just putting SG's
there
channel.
You go, John.
Oh, she's done it for me.
Yeah, you're a bit slow tonight, mate, aren't you?
I don't know what it is on my second screen.
Not so fast on the trigger tonight, are you, mate? Can't brag tonight about it.
I've got technical issues. Shut the fuck up.
Even I beat you twat. What technical issues? That's something the BBC had fucking said. Don't come out with that shit.
I'm doing shit on my second monitor and it's not happening as quick as it should do. I don't know why.
Is this another Water Roses or something?
Right.
Always is, John. Always is. I always win.
Right. You alligator, don't you dare time me. It's usually a 3-minute job, isn't it?
Alligator said he was going to come on. Alligator said he was going to come on the panel, Dino. So it'd be nice if he would.
So. I really do, because there's 2 more spaces and there's already 1 more person back there now, which is the actual love of my life, and I actually need to go for a break. So what do I do? Do I bring this person on first, or what? Just drop me a comment in the chat, Lynn.
I'm sure Eddie could chat to her. I'm sure Eddie could take over there.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
And give a bit of soft soap.
He's better than me. But right,
Yeah,
Marlene's on.
she's muted.
That's not me.
Well, I'll mute her then.
I haven't muted her. She's muted herself.
All right.
What do you mean, let Eddie take over it, John? See what I mean? Blaming me for... Let me just check, though. No, it is her. It is Lynn. She's getting up that... What we talked about before, it's not easy coming on, and but Lynn...
Well, I'm sure Eddie could talk a bit... I'm sure Eddie could talk a bit smoochy.
Oh, mate. I can, mate.
I think LJ might be off. We'll be on.
I just need Yvonne to come on now. Then I've got my threesome that were promised last night.
Right. Oh, right. I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Oh, go on, man. Shut off. Go. No, mate.
So what you been doing? That, mate, by the way. Yeah, bloody right. See you in a bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck off. What you been up to today then, John? Out and out?
Nothing, mate. Been doing the ironing. That's all I've been doing, and tidying up and that. You know, it's a rough old life out there. You know, at this moment in time, Eddie. But one has to get on with it, mate, doesn't they?
Certainly do, fella.
You know,
keep yourself busy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I try to do. I mean, I've been sort of like going out, doing a little bit of shopping here and a shopping there and that, you know, but obviously things will improve in the future, like.
They will, mate. They'll get better for you, believe me. They will.
Yeah, I mean, we got out, me and my son, to take part in the New Year's Day parade in London, but I was there in body, but not in spirit and mind. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, understand where you're coming from. Definitely.
So yeah, it was okay. It was okay. But other than that, just the same old day, innit, really?
Yeah, take each day as it comes, mate. Don't plan anything.
Yeah, I'm inclined to think like that, Eddie, because, you know, we always said live for today, not for tomorrow, innit?
That's exactly it. That's how I do it, mate. Since I took early retirement, mate, I had loads and loads of plans.
Yeah.
I've met most of them. Believe me, I did. But now I've got to the point where I wake up, get up, and think, right, I'll do this today. And I crack on and do it. I don't make plans anymore. I just don't.
I mean, I love retirement. I don't know about you, Eddie. Like, you know, I don't miss work at all. I really, really don't miss work.
I don't. Not at all, mate. I haven't got that stress anymore. It's all gone.
Yeah, and people say to me, "Oh, do you miss work?" I say, "No, I bloody well don't." Like, you know, you know, retirement, because obviously, you know, you get looked after, you pay your pensions, you get this and get that. Like, you know, you can manage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I always wanted to retire when I was 55.
Yeah.
Circumstances changed that slightly, and I retired at 56. And yeah, I've been retired nearly 2 years, and it's absolutely brilliant, mate. The stress of work, it's all gone. You haven't got that, you know, hanging over you all the time. You don't realise that you've got that until you haven't got it anymore. Once it's gone, and you realise how much stress you were actually under.
I mean, I was worked for the local authority, let's put it that way, and I stayed on for, I think, a couple of years extra. But then they started getting managers in who couldn't manage a cockle store or a seafood stall, and they was making right cock-ups of things. And I thought, I don't want to work with you no more because you're idiots.
Yeah.
And so I decided.
Classroom taught, yeah. That's exactly it.
You know, some of the management they got in, it's like you see these young blood coming in, and they think they know best. They've been to university, they've read it in a book, or, you know, wrote it down, or copied and pasted it somewhere, and they think, you know, they know the business inside out.
Yeah, exactly. I had the same sort of experience. I mean, what I used to do, it were basically a niche in what I did. Not many could do it, but you got people that were classroom taught and thought they could come in and do it. trying to tell me how I've done my job, and they didn't have a clue.
Where's Lynn? Where's
Good
Lynn
evening,
gone?
LJ.
Beautiful
Hi.
voice. What I've not heard
Sorry?
for a couple of weeks.
Say
Is
that
that
again.
LJ again?
Yeah, of course it is.
I
How
know
we
it
doing?
is. How you
Great
doing,
to see
LJ?
you.
How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, thank you.
It's just a quick one. Where's Lynn?
She went on, but she
well,
dropped out
she
again.
popped off again.
It is quite nerve-wracking, but you do overcome it. So get back on the panel, Lynn.
Yeah.
Please. How's everybody doing? How are you, Eddie?
I'm excellent, love. Thank you very
Your
much.
wife? Your wife
Yeah,
okay?
she's great. Absolutely brilliant.
How are you, John?
Yeah, I'm okay, mate. Yeah, getting there slowly but surely, but getting there, hanging on in there. Be strong.
Yeah, that's right. Positive mental attitude is what
That's
we
right.
need. Are you okay, Dino?
I'm good, thanks very much. A lot better than I have been since last week. So yeah, thank you very much for asking. And
it's all right. I've got to catch up with 2 of your videos. I think you've posted 2 videos. I need to catch up on them. So
yeah, I'm going to ask. Dino, I'm going to ask you something about your video you did from your balcony.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, have the police been round to you or anything like that? Because that becomes like evidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the guy in the car, he had a passenger, and the police were there in no time. So I reckon they called the police. There's that many people who, when you hear something there's like that many people overlooking that area. There's probably been quite a few other people phoning police as well at the same time, the neighbours and that. They were there in no time. There's that many cameras. There's like 2 cameras on top of the building, and there's one on the main road facing towards the whole area of what you saw as well. Now, yeah, I've still got it if it's needed, and that guy's done damage to an innocent guy, then I've got it as evidence.
Yeah.
I've always said that when I've filmed.
Yeah.
I've got evidence, even to police. I've said, and why are you filming? Well, if anything happens, I'll have something on me, on my camera, won't I? What's your problem with that? So yeah,
later, Paul.
There if it's needed, but
have a good shift, mate.
Yeah, sorry, Paul. I do, Paul. Thanks very much. Paul's one of my biggest supporters, and I really appreciate everything you do, Paul. By coming in, commenting, having a good laugh, and just joining in and being part of this great group of people who, seem to just naturally get on and have a good chat and banter. It's just marvelous, It's really coming together. We're getting a lot of the right people in here, to make it a brilliant life every time. I think we've had a really good run. We'll keep it going that way. Biker and myself, we will. I'll guarantee you that. So thanks very much, Paul. Much appreciated for everything, for all your encouragement and everything, honestly. Thank you. So I've got John Smith backstage. John Smith, could be anybody.
We've been on
a go.
Hello, good evening. How are you all doing?
All right, John.
How's yourself?
Hello. I'm good. I'm very, very good at the moment. I just noticed, listened to when you were saying about retirement and working, and it sort of spiked my interest because I work. I think in the last 3 months I've had about 2 days off, and I work 2 jobs.
Right.
I work 2 jobs, and basically the reason why I do it is because I need money. Money is a very important factor in my life at the moment. I've got people to support. I've got bills to pay. I had a inguinal hernia about a year and a half ago, and the operation was cancelled by the NHS, and I had no other option but to go private.
That would have been cheap then.
Because of COVID, and because of my employer's stipulations on, and I had to basically pay for the operation myself.
Yeah.
And with the time off work and actually paying for the operation, it stood me in about £8,500.
Wow.
So I need to claw that money back. Sorry, go on, LJ.
Did you go with Booper at all?
No,
Privately?
I went with no, they're called Spire.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, Spire. So I more or less had to pay for the operation myself in order to keep myself out of abject poverty and in employment.
Yeah.
And you know, talk about retirement. I mean, I have the sort of mindset where I can't refuse work. I can't refuse overtime. I can't, you know, if I'm not leaving the house in the morning, I'm not earning any money.
Of course. You've got to pay
John,
your bills somehow.
What about your employers? Don't they put something towards it?
No, nothing. My employer has on a rolling 12-month period, you're only allowed 10 sick days a year over a rolling 12-month period.
Now, I think what John was talking about, do they put anything towards your pension?
Yes, they do, yes.
I'm just going to say, because by law they have to do.
No, of course, every employer. Even if you're an agency worker, the agency or your employer has to contribute to your pension.
Exactly,
Yeah. So, but they wouldn't contribute anything to my you know, paying for the operation. It was none of their concern, to be honest.
Are you unionised, John? Have you got a union?
No.
That's a shame.
Most employers tend to be like that anyway, John.
Yeah.
You know, you get X amount off, you know, a year with full pay, and then if you go over that limit, then you know you end up on SSP, that sort of thing. Yeah, there's a lot of employers out there like that. But having said that, my wife's employer, she were off for 6 months, and they paid her full pay. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it depends. I mean, I actually joined the business at a time where many of my co-workers are still under their old contract.
Right.
So when they was 2P'd over, they hold their same contractual rights under their former employer through 2P. But anyone joining after a date where the business took over from the previous business, any employee only is entitled to 10 sick days a year over a 12-month rolling period.
Yeah, that's what happens, mate. That's the law. If you've got an existing contract and that company gets bought out, your existing contract still stands.
Exactly. So my you know, my co-workers or my work colleagues, if they go sick, they're still under their old contract, so they'll get full sick pay.
Yeah.
And I was in a position this year where I had to actually use my annual leave to cover a period of sickness just to guarantee that I got paid for that period of sickness.
Yeah, I'm afraid there's no union will get you out of that one either, mate.
No,
definitely.
No union will definitely get you out of that situation.
No,
definitely not. It's
but
just.
Are you looking for retirement then?
I've through my previous employers, I've got my pension fund is okay. I'm not saying it's fantastic, but it's okay. Once I combine all of my previous employment. When was it? 2011, when the government said that, yeah, you're, you know, if I was to, you know, increase my basic pension payments from my monthly salary, the company would have to, I think, I'm not sure how much it is, but they would have to more or less double it.
No, it don't work like that. The maximum you can pay into a company pension is 7%.
Okay.
And that's it. Once you've paid your 7% in, your company will be paying in a minimum of 4% anyway.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's their legal obligation.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
certain companies will go up to probably 5%, but they will not match what you pay in. But that's irrelevant because you're still paying into your pension.
Yeah.
So the more that you can afford to put into your pension, the better it is for you. But it depends on your age and at what time in your sort of lifetime that you increase it.
Yeah.
So if let's just say you're 50-year-old and you increase it to 7%.
I am 50.
Right. Okay. So increasing it now, if you're planning to retire when you're 65, then yeah, you could do that. You've got another 15 years to go.
15 years, yeah, of paying in, yeah.
Right. So that will increase your pension that you get per month when you do retire. If you were to retire at 55, paying in that extra amount up until you're 55 wouldn't be beneficial to you because you wouldn't see any benefits from it.
Not at all. Not at all.
But it depends how many pensions you've got and how long you've paid into them. I was fortunate. I had 2 jobs. I were in 2 jobs for 20 years each, and I had 2 really good pensions. That's why I retired when I did at 56.
Yeah, so for me, that's not an option.
But in the meantime, you've got an £8,000 bill hanging over your head just because you wanted to work.
Yeah, yeah.
That's disgraceful.
I mean, it's disgraceful.
Open up a GoFundMe page, then.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. Unfortunately for me, I'm 50. I'm still fit. I'm still healthy. So, I've got a few years left ahead of me where I can, sort of get back in the black, and unfortunately for me as well, I've got no grandmother or parents that would betroth me any sort of inheritance. My dad, God bless his soul, came into this world with nothing and left with nothing. The only thing my dad left me was a Zippo lighter, and it's one of my most prized possessions.
You don't have any private insurance, health insurance?
Well, now after now I do contribute every month to private medical care because of what's happened with the COVID and the situation it's in. I do now pay for monthly private medical insurance with Bupa, so
right, it's well worth having private. Medical insurance, any medical insurance, worth having. Really is.
Yeah,
if you can afford to do it, then that's fine.
I mean, it's only £40 a month, which isn't, it's quite a reasonable amount considering the care that is offered to you if anything does go wrong in the future. So
yeah,
well, it's like insurance on your car or bike,
That's exactly it, mate. 50-year-olds, I know as well as you know, things start going wrong.
Tell me about it. I feel like I've got the fitness of a 30-year-old, but my body is disagreeing with me. It's going, no. That dislocatedly, you're going to have to wear that strap every day to keep that fucking thing in place.
Yeah, me same. I've still got the brain of an 18-year-old, I tell you. The fucking body don't work to that extent, not anymore.
But I can't.
Excuse me.
That's because you're laughing.
But I can't refuse work. I can't. You know, I'm not one of these type of guys that, you know, it's like, you know, when I go into work, it's like, is there any overtime? Is there any overtime? What can we do? You know, and I work 4 days on and 4 days off. So I utilize my 4 days off by holding down another job.
Well,
you've got good work ethics. I'll tell you, John, you've got good work ethics.
Right. Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
I mean, I've always had this question in my mind since I started working. Do you work to live or do you live to work?
That is a very, very good question. And the only answer I can give you to that is both.
No, you can't have both.
No, but I mean, you know, you're sort of put in a position. It's like my old man, God rest his soul. He said to me, if you're not leaving the house in the morning, you're not earning any money. So I'm fortunate enough right now to be in a position where, I actually work harder in my second job than I do in my fucking main job.
Right.
I'm a mechanical. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade.
Right. Is that your first job?
Yes.
Right. What's your second job?
The second job is local agency work in my area that brings in that extra bit of money. Because my main job, because of the COVID, and I'm not going to go into too much details, but we've lost all of our overtime.
Yeah.
Because of the restrictions and everything. I mean, if I was to do 4 days overtime in my main job, I wouldn't have to work a second job.
Right. Understand that.
And I
asked you that question, you know, work to live, live to work, etc. I mean, I used to work so I could live. Right. That was it. And I used to do overtime, that sort of thing, everything else. But there were certain times where I would say, no, that's it, I'm not doing it. We weren't contracted to do it. Constantly getting asked to say, well, wait a minute, I've done 8 days this month, I'm not doing it anymore, and that's it. And that's what I used to do. I used to put a limit on the amount of overtime that I would work. So I'm working to live, and not the opposite way around.
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but I can't refuse overtime. I can't refuse it.
I fully understand that. I really do. Yeah. But when it comes where you're actually you're going to work more than you're living, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But the thing is, my position is somewhat different because I've got no wife, I've got no children, so. It's not like I'm, you know, I've got to have that family time or that time off. Do you know what I'm saying? So
that makes a bit more sense now.
Yeah. So if someone says to me like, "Do you want to come in this weekend?" I'm like, "Well, fuck yeah! How much money am I going to earn from doing that?" Well, then I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear.
Yeah, I see your point there. Now you mentioned, you know, you've no wife, you've no children. Yeah, so I can fully understand where you're coming from now with that one.
And you know, living in London isn't cheap.
No.
Tell us about it.
It's not cheap. You know, I've got rent to pay. I've got credit cards to pay off. I've got medical bills to pay off. So I need to get that money in. I honestly can't afford the luxury of going, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go home and I'm going to sit down and look at funny cat videos on TikTok. I ain't got time for that shit.
Hi, Sparky. How you doing? Sparky's in the house. Let's go.
Get yourself moved up to Yorkshire, mate. It's a lot cheaper for you.
I don't know where Dino's gone.
I think he's probably on a phone call.
I'm waiting to go in my bath. But me and Smokey are going to come on at 10 past 10, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Love, you go for it.
Okay then.
Eddie, what bike do you ride, Eddie?
I don't. I sold one not so long back, mate. Last bike I had was on the SP2.
Well, nice, very nice. I haven't got I've got a full UK bike license. I don't have a car license. I'm a 365 24/7 biker.
Excellent, mate. What do you
I've
ride?
I've got a FZ1S, a 2008 FZ1S.
FZ1S, Yamaha.
Yeah, Yamaha. That's my daily workhorse.
Yeah. Not wrong with that.
No. I've ridden bikes since I could actually get on one. I've had dirt bikes, sport bikes.
Same as me, mate. I mean, I have been contemplating buying another one. I've been looking at the Suzuki Hayabusa, the new one that's just come out. It's coming out this year. I did book a test drive, but that all got cancelled because of COVID and everything else. But yeah,
I'm good. Sorry.
I'm definitely thinking of getting another one.
Well, I'm going to upgrade mine to the MT10.
Right, what's that model? Is that Yamaha?
Yeah, that's the I had an original FZ 1000S, and I upgraded for the original R1 engine. So I went from that to the next model, which is the model I've got now. But now I'm going to upgrade to the MT10, which has got all the rider assist. It's got traction control and different modes and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's what this Hayabusa's got, man. It's just an unbelievable machine. It really is. I mean, that SP2 I had, I mean, it was a V-twin and it was stupid. It really was. It was an absolute wheelie machine. And up to fourth gear, not back wheel. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, V-twins have got that thing. I've never actually owned a V-twin, but I know many people that have, and they say they're fantastic bikes. But
no, they are, mate. They really are. Because of the V-twin, the way it's placed in frame and everything else, the handling is superb, and the torque is just unbelievable. It really is. I mean, I had mine all race tune and everything. It had full race kit on and all that, and I changed shockers on it, and it was just a brilliant bike. It really was. It just, you sat on it and it fit you like a glove. You know the feeling. You know every inch of that bike. You know how it's going to handle. You know its limits and everything else. And it was just brilliant. I mean, I shed it to you when I sold it. I did.
But you know what? I'll be honest with you, Eddie. I've come through that. Now my bike is just a means to an end.
It's a workhorse, isn't it?
I've done the whole. I've been on the bike rides and I've been on the days out and all the blasting around. And to me now, as long as it works and it will go for an MOT and it gets me from point A to point B, that's all that matters. But having that little bit of power. I could never go back. I spent most of my biking career riding 600s, but when I made the transition from 600 to 1000cc, I never go back. I'll never go back.
You can't, because to me, when you go back from 1000, you go back to a 600. I mean, it's like it won't pull an end off of the rest. They've got nothing there, is it? They won't do it, would they?
No,
because
you're
so used to having 1000cc between your legs, and that's it. And you're used to how they perform and everything else. At 600, it's like getting back on a moped. It really is.
And my ex-wife was the worst bike I ever rode.
You'll have to get used to these guys, John, in this chat.
Mate, listen, where I come from, this shit is tame. It's tame. Oh my God. I'm just going to mute up because I need to spend a penny.
Go more wild if you like. Lynn's a bit of a tiger.
Yeah, I've got a fella biker
Right,
on here, mate.
sorry about that break. I got interrupted by someone, so sorry about that.
Okay,
so I missed what you were talking about, really.
Well, we're not telling you now.
Well, I did hear something about bikes.
Yeah, that's all me and John have been talking about for the last 10 minutes now. Obviously.
I didn't know John was into bikes.
Well, I didn't until he mentioned it. Well, he asked me what bike I got. I told him that I recently sold one.
Not this, John.
Oh,
No.
right,
No,
right.
John Smith, you did.
Right. How am I supposed to know when you said John when there's two Johns?
What's your fucking chat?
I'm not a Yvonne, tell him.
I don't know. Okay, well, this is off for 10 minutes. Leaves me in chat.
Bloody
Comes
life.
back and gives me stick.
Every life.
Fucking novel. Yeah, really.
Honest to God. Does my head in. Don't know why I put up with him.
No. Yeah. I just run your chat when you just piss off.
Yeah.
Just leave it to me.
Yeah.
But Dean, I've watched some of your videos of you, going out doing your vlogging and stuff like that, and I've got to give you the utmost respect when you have these interactions with these security guards and people around these places that you vlog, and I'll give you utmost respect, because me personally, I couldn't really suffer some of the interactions with these people. I mean, I don't condone any form of violence, far from it, but I just couldn't be as calm and as consistent as you.
Yeah,
and it's amazing. It really is amazing. You're very, very on point, and I think you need more subscribers. You need more views to get your whole stick across. It's really good. It's fantastic viewing. Thank you.
No, thanks for that. That's nice. That I don't often get a nice compliment, especially when bikers on. But,
I always give you nice compliments, you twat.
Do you know? It's really nice. That I appreciate that. Thanks very much. But I'm like that in real life anyway. Like on a live, been intense sometimes on a live and things like that. And, but yeah, I just think I'm doing nothing wrong. And I think what most of them want you to do is react the opposite way, so it gives them a chance to.
No, they want you to comply. They want you to comply and do as they say. And the thing is we live in a very free civil society, where once you know your rights and you know where you stand in the boundaries of the law, no man can tell you what to do and what you can and cannot do. And that's what I really like about your videos. You're very concise. You're very knowledgeable, and it's just great to see. It really is.
No, thanks very much. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. It's not.
I wouldn't say I really shit myself. I would just say I know in myself strongly that I'm doing nothing wrong. I can stick up for myself to a degree, and a lot of other people can do that far better and far stronger and things like that. But I think I do enough. But I cannot stand tyrants. All they had to do was leave me alone, and I would never instigate
Exactly.
an antagonistic interaction. I would never do that. And some people do that. For like you just said, some people deserve more views and things like that. And there's one thing I never do is ask for subscribers and things like that as well. But I just go out and do things like that. And look, if things do happen, they happen. I never instigate them, but I must admit, because I get tons of comments saying you went in there to instigate that, and yeah, you love this for the clicks, and you know, so you've got your views now, have you, and things like that. And I think, well, yeah, only because it were them who started it, really. I don't
Well, this
go
is
in
the
there
thing.
for that, but I think, well,
You're always
maybe it's
going
a test for them. It's a test for them, not for me. You
But you're
know?
always going to get disparaging comments that will say, you know, well, you. But these people, they don't actually understand. And the thing is, I mean, I follow many loggers, vloggers, and auditors all across YouTube. I'm not even going to say any names, but I follow it a lot, and I watch it, and I watch it intently, and I just find that you come across as someone that is very calm. I mean, your levels of calmness probably precede mine, because if I was put in your shoes at that point, I don't think it would be very congenial. There would probably be some expletives like "fuck off," "go away," "eat shit and die."
I get,
Yeah,
I
but
get
that's
loads of comments like very similar saying, "God, how have you done it that way? Because if that were me, I'd have just knocked him out and things like that." And I'm thinking, I do understand that feeling, because
that's Dino's channel, because he doesn't go out looking for interaction. He goes out looking at different things, and which is part of our history, like the railway station. I mean, was very interested up until the time that those guys come out and, you know, started giving it a big one. Like, you know, how many hundreds and hundreds of people have taken videos on that train station?
Exactly.
Right? Dino was trying to tell a story there, particularly with all those names of the people who lost lives in the First World War. I mean, it was very interesting looking at the history, looking at the buildings, and then some little scrote comes out and said, "You can't do that. You know what I mean? It's private property."
Yeah, if you notice, the one who started it, the John's on about the lady who first came up.
Yeah.
He's
But the
the one
thing
who
is, it was
started
like
it, and
they
then
tried
throughout
to
the whole
encourage
thing, which were 40
They tried
minutes long, throughout the whole thing, she kept the most quietest out the lot of them.
Yeah, but the thing is, they was encroaching on you. They was trying to
intimidate.
I knew what were happening. I knew what were happening, but when they backed me back, when they backed me up to the barriers,
you went outside, and then there was like you was on public property, and they still insisted that, oh no, this is like, you can't do this. It's like and this is where I really applaud you, because I would have just actually turned around to them and said, do me a favour, just fuck off. Yeah? You don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. So just please, kindly, fuck off, go away, and let me do what I'm doing. What did they stand
I basically
to gain?
said that without saying fuck off. It's just that guy who kept pressing.
Yeah.
And and I said, you physically, right at the end of the video, I think just before the cops came, and he said, well, if I wanted to do, I could have used the bylaw thing and removed you physically.
Yeah.
And I went,
physical violence.
And then, but yeah, to me, I've no fear of security whatsoever. They're just power freaks to me. And the way that woman flashed a badge out of her pocket in a black wallet and flash, like, and I thought, why didn't you show me that? Because I never requested it from you. So it's
Well,
like,
are you trying to scare me? Are you trying to intimidate me? Do you think?
No, they don't. Nah, not one bit.
Do you think your little plastic card is gonna, like, some way, like, oh my god, no, I'm gonna run away now?
Do you know what? I'm not even 9 stone. I'm 5'6". I'm 53. I'm nothing physically. You know, defense wise, if it came like that, well, yeah, I'd try. But I mean, come on. But the best thing to do is to stay calm, and I know how to do that.
I mean,
You know
it's
what
the
I mean?
same
And
as it was the
I
same as the
always think
video.
to myself, sorry, John, I
It's
always
the
think
same.
to myself, just to finish, I always think to myself, what's the worst thing I could feel right now or in the near future? Right, I think this might be coming towards me now. Right, what's the worst thing that can happen in the next second, minute, or whatever? Is I could feel a lot of pain and at the very worst, death. And that's all I think. And I think, if that's it, so what? So be it. So
Yeah, but it's the same as
I've,
the
I've
video.
no, I've no, fear, I've no fear of things like that.
It was the same as the video of you and Kat when you was detained in London, Trafalgar Square. I thought that was totally outrageous behaviour from the police to handcuff Kat. I mean, she was doing nothing wrong.
No,
Yourself and that, you know. I mean, and I think most of the people who watched it felt sorry for Kat the way she was treated. I mean, as a Londoner, if I saw that going on, I'd go and tell the cop, "Hold on a bit, mate. You're getting a bit overzealous there, buddy." Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I wouldn't swear at them, but I'd challenge
there's
them.
Mel. Yeah,
I'd challenge them the way they should be challenged, you know, without using the F words and the B words and the C words and that, you know. But I watched that video and I thought, what has Kat Dino done? Nothing.
no, we
Nothing
knew
at
it were
all.
coming. Cat never saw it coming. Myself and Indy. If it's that one, I think you're talking about Charing Cross. Yeah, so I was as polite as shit with him because I thought I knew this guy was eyeing me up, and I thought, well, what have you got and things like that. And I did shit myself, be honest with you. First time in London, I'd been pulled, and Charing Cross, I got told beforehand, probably one of the top 3 most corrupt in London at that period. Bit of an history and all that, like they all have, I suppose. But I went right into the exit where they all come out and film right through. And after that point, I knew, and they were following us all the way down from that street at the side of the station down to Trafalgar Square. And I said, Indy, look at them on your right there, right now, and these on left, and all that. We knew it was going to happen, but it's just the way they handled it. This guy wanted me to totally resist the way he were going about me. And so he wanted me to resist, and I didn't.
Did Cat ever take that any
And then you
further?
get comments like, "Oh, Dino, how come you're so nice? And how come you spoke to him? And how come you were on about and just think, well, that's me, innit?"
Did Cat ever take that any further?
What you saw is me getting detained falsely.
Shut up. Did Cat ever take that any further? Because they arrested her under Section 47, not 43. You remember that? She was arrested under Section 47 when they.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think she put that in the title now. Thinking back, but
that was
the thing.
That were unlawful arrest.
We can't, right? She had no idea. Me and Indy were like, we were looking across at each other, going, you know, and Kat's just filming about, talking away like she does, and it was a very hot day, and football and all that packed. Other things going on, and she were oblivious, just carried on, and me and Indy knew it was going to happen. Like, so she was like more alarmed and distressed.
I know she got in touch with me to write her a letter, or to basically look at her letter that she wrote as complaint. But I don't know where she took it from there. I
know she put one in. I don't know if she's got with it, but yeah, she put one in. But again, it was similar to Bradford, the way I saw her. See, Cat.
Yeah, right. What did she get arrested? What did she get arrested for in Bradford? Well, that's Section 5, wasn't it?
I don't know, because she was there on the floor as I was walking back from wherever it was when it were dying down. So I'm walking, but it was all kind of finished. So I'm walking back to the station. So was she. Now, I don't know what happened, but the way they surrounded her and the way they treated her, that was all wrong. And then they let her go. And I saw her wrists. I filmed. It's on a video. It's on a video somewhere. I said, "Look at your
I remember
wrists."
seeing it.
Things like that.
I'm sure let's try and get it on a Section 5.
You know, I think all she does is stick up for herself, Cat, and I think a lot of people they kind of go overboard with it because Cat can be loud and do you know what I mean? But there's no need for the treatment.
Well, she came out of that shop, didn't
taking.
she? She came out of that shop where she was sitting there with a dog, and she was trying to get through, and that's when they collared her.
And do you
know, with respect, Dino, Cat is a bit like you. She's she's not up the front person. She's inoffensive like you. I mean, you can speak up for yourself, which you've proven. But Cat's also the same. She doesn't purposely go out looking for confrontation.
No,
nor
that's right.
neither do you. But confrontation seems to approach you and Cat, and that they're the ones who, escalate this problem.
Yeah. The thing is, when they cuffed her in London, if I remember, the Charing Cross, I'm sure they said it would right. So if you cuff someone, it's an arrest, right? Not a detainment.
No, they can cuff you on the detainment bit while they search you.
Right. Okay. Under section what?
It doesn't matter. If they want to search you, mate, under any section, they can cuff you. If they've got a reason like Section 5, they can cuff you.
Yeah.
Section 50, they can cuff you. Section 43. That's a grey area. But yeah, they can cuff you, mate, for a search.
For the purpose of a search.
Yeah.
It was the way they went about it was all wrong, and there was one WPC, and Cat will tell you, right? She was like doing all the eyeing up and giving all signals off, and then as soon as they jumped in, she were like straight on her, trying to overpower her, power freak.
Yeah, but the thing is, they need to have to actually handcuff someone for the purposes of a search. They have to have reasonable suspicion that the person that they're searching could ultimately harm them or evade
arrest.
Like you said, it's a very grey area, and you need to look into law as to why but they will always win. They no matter what, no matter what excuse you try and give. It's like, well, why did you? They've got the power to do that under law.
The reason that happened was because we were filming the police station. From one side, there was an entrance for vehicles, and it goes underground underneath the station. And I stood outside there, and there were a couple of armed bands response bands going in and that. So I filmed that. Went round to the main entrance, then round the side is the street which leads down to Trafalgar Square, and then there's a gateway where officers and personnel come out. So I went up to that as well. And the fact is, they saw three of us, myself, Indy and Cat, walking about, filming Charing Cross Police Station. Right, they followed us down to Trafalgar Square, a couple of 100 yards, and we knew. Myself and Indy knew. Cat was unaware. I think that's what shocked her more, and that's why she became more distressed. That they were going to nab us because, and there were a football thing going on. They fenced all Trafalgar Square off, high wooden boarding. And as soon as we got within 20 meters or so, I'm just guessing roughly, really, we knew we were going to get backed up against that fencing, and that's exactly what they did. But we knew they was eyeing us up, all because we were filming the cop shop. When there was absolutely fucking thousands of people there. There was a semi-final going on. It was packed with tourists and cameras and people like that, and they just picked on us to be honest, and they got nothing out
Yep.
of us. They wasted
well,
their
that's-
own time. But
that's what
anyway,
they're gonna do.
Fluke's, sorry about that, but I'm going to bring Fluke on, guys. So just to change the subject a bit.
Yeah, do us a favour, mate. Just take off while I go for a piss, will it?
Right,
I'm going to mute up. I actually need to go to the off license and buy another beer. That's quite bad.
No worries, John. Plenty of room left, plenty of time left. How are you doing, Fluke? You all right?
I'm good, mate. I'm just wanted to say hi to
Back in a
everyone in
minute.
the chat and hope you had a nice Christmas and a New Year, and hopefully the next New Year will be somewhat better than the last couple of years that we've been through.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah, same for you, mate. Hope you're okay now. Recovered all right?
Yeah, still having a few physiological problems with my leg and my arm, so but that's what it is. What it is. So just have to deal with it. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, everything's fine.
Cool.
I think it's a sign of getting old, Fluke. You know that. I think it's a sign of getting old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's not old,
Yeah,
John. He's only 79.
None of us are getting any younger.
How old, Dino?
79. He looks 10 years younger. But yeah, he does well there, Fluke. Yeah.
So he's now the old man of this chat.
I'm only joking. I just want to make Fluke smile. It's very rare we see him smile and laugh. So, and tonight's what it's about. It's banter, guys. And, you know, Fluke's always welcome on a Friday where we can go a bit more serious for an hour or two. So, but tonight's all about banter. And I just want to make Fluke smile.
Yeah, no, that's cool, mate. It's like, you know, we could sit here and argue the toss about everything that's gone over on over the last fucking 20 months, and we could, you know, we could bitch and moan and fucking, you know, exchange ideas and explanations over what's gone on over the last 20 months, you know, but it's not going to change anything, you know. It's just, you know, we've just got to accept what it is and deal with it, you know. And that's what it is. It's kind of, you know, we can't change what's happened over the last 20 months.
I think it's the earliest point in time now, Fluke. I mean, I know the amount of hard work you put into things, and I think we're at that point in time as well, where there's just with no chance, have we? I mean, of getting through to.
No, never.
It's people like yourself and myself and others, and it's us who are suffering for it because these guys don't give a flying fuck, and people like us do, and yeah, we can carry on.
I think the best thing to do is to not give up and just not comply. And if you do those two things, if you just do not comply and you do not give up, then, you know, we'll win in the end, you know.
Well,
because
I know
if you do the opposite of those two things, if you keep complying and you keep giving up your rights, right, they will fuck you over.
Yeah, we know this. This is what we know, and we need a new strategy. But I think, you know, we are way beyond. There's not enough people who listen to the type of stuff, you know, Fluke and many others have been trying to bring to us.
I know the establishment.
We got to that point where I think, oh God, we're kind of flogging a dead horse, and it's so difficult for. Imagine someone who's worked the bollocks off all their life, and at the end of it, they've got absolutely nothing, and yet throughout all that time there was mega hope about it, and I've still got it, and I'm with Fluke. I think in the end we can win. It won't be in our generation, I don't think, whatever. But John, what do you think? Because
yeah, I mean, I know this. I know what Fluke's on about and what you're on about. It's the establishment, actually. I mean, I've got proof, and I've got proof that I've written almost 100 letters to various people in power, and not one of them, or hardly one of them, has answered the letters back. So, in other words, they're saying, "Stuff you, mate. We don't give a toss about you." I mean, the last letter I sent off was, I'm I'm making a complaint, Dino, as you know, to my hospital for what they allegedly did, and I've been in touch with POW as well, which is a patient's organisation or something, making an official complaint about them, because I want an inquiry. I want an inquiry from that hospital for what they allegedly, I think they allegedly done. I'm not naming no hospital, so we're okay. I'm not naming no particular doctor, so we're okay. But I want justice for my wife. That's all I'm asking for. And I won't rest until I get that justice.
Fair play, is that, John?
Yes.
I'll be behind you all the way with that one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think something that we've got to address is the fact that when we go and ask the politicians, and we go and ask, the NHS for answers to our questions, what do you think the answer is going to be? It's never going to be the answer that you expect. It's going to be the answer that they've already prepared that answer for. That's what it is. Don't be fooled by the fact that you think you're going to ask questions and you're going to get answers for it, because you're not. It's as simple as that. You're not going to get answers for those questions.
They don't even see those letters. It doesn't even cross their desk. You've got some Mandarin in Whitehall who reads the letters and say, "We'll file that one in the bin." I mean, if they're ignoring the people who voted these people in, then I don't see much of a hope for any of them, any party, because the point is, to me, they're all the same. They get there, they make money, they go, they move on to become a Sir, or in the House of Lords and that, still maintaining that money. £350 a day, I think Lords get for sitting there. I mean, falling asleep, going into the bars, and it's a joke. It's just a joke that they're treating us, the British people, like they're treating us. And I think it's about time we had a serious change, and they looked at doing away with the House of Lords for a start, because to me it's the most expensive retirement home in England. I mean, they're paying them just to sit there and nod off. I mean, we could all do that. I understand Crinkle did it, didn't he? So he's a candidate for the House of Lords, isn't he? If he nods off on a live stream, then he must be going into the House of Lords soon.
And this is the thing, and I agree with what you just said, and I just think that people need to realise the fact that you're basically being fucked over. You're being fucked over. You're being fucked over by politicians. You're being fucked over by people like Fauci and Chris Whitty and all the rest of them. You know what I mean? And at which point do we stand up? That's where we stand.
Fluke.
At which point do we stand up against this stuff? Because it's bullshit.
Listen, Fluke. What do we do? Because I'm with you on a lot of things and things like that. What shall we do? Come on, let's come up with, because we know it means sense to try and do something. It's so bloody hard, isn't it? How we can, we've got to this point where we know, there's all this shit's going on, and we're still trying to convince people it's going on, and some people jump aboard and some people go, nah, and you're full of shit, and nah, I'm too brainwashed, forget it, blah, blah, blah. But let's get enough contingent to say, right, with enough contingent here, we can carry on with this. What do we do?
I don't think there's a one bullet point answer to that question.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that, and it's got to be done in strategy stages and however you want to call it. And I think a starting point, like where do we start to make these changes, would be the best way forward. And making
can I respond to that question?
A long time. Or creating.
Can I respond to that question?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Right. There is no one bullet point answer to that question. Right. We have to respond in a way that, in multiple ways, where we can look at the police and how they've, reacted to this situation. We can look at the response from the politicians. We can look at the response from, the politicians in a general sense. We can look at the response from the governed, the police, who have just responded to this situation in whatever way they want to respond to this situation, because they're just order followers, right? So what we need to do is gauge and understand that the fact that we are responding to a bunch of order followers who are just going to follow orders, right? And that's the police. And that's where we have to gain this response from, because if we don't understand where the response is coming from, we can't respond to it, right? And even if we do respond to it, right, then how do we gauge it? How do we respond to that problem? Because if we don't understand the fundamental problem that we've got facing us, right, then we can't respond to it.
Well, and Fluke, we know that, and I understand that. But what I think is a lot of other people do too. But that percentage of people who do, is that enough for us to start off a starting point? I mean, there's not enough of people who can wake up. We said that ourselves. So how do we make a start?
Right. Okay. I think what we need to do is we need to.
I think John wants to share these.
I think we need to share these videos. We need to share these opinions, and we need to fucking not be frightened of sharing our opinions.
Exactly, and we're trying our best on these lives, and we have to do it, in, I don't know what is a correct manner, but we have to kind of, I think, encouragement is a good
I think the whole
Sorry,
point.
John.
Let John. He's been trying to get in for the last 5 minutes, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
I'm
because
sorry, mate. It's
no, it's okay. But I'm sorry. I mean, you're on my manner now, because the point is, I mean, we're so disingenuous because each and every one of our families in World War II, and they fought to give us the vote, right? The vote, which is our only democratic thing that's supposed to be there. Now, if people don't use that vote, how the hell can they actually talk about the government as today if they're not using that vote to kick these gits out of where their position they're in? Because we are the people. We are the people, not them in the House of Commons or in the House of Lords. We're the people. We put those people in the positions that they're in, and we could kick them out. And that's what we should all do, is kick them all out of where their authoritarian is. And actually, we have a police commissioner who's about as useless as an ashtray on a motorbike at this moment in time. So we are the people. And I plead with people to use their vote wisely. It's a democratic vote. There are rights that your parents, your family fought for to give us the freedom. They fought Nazism, right, in the Second World War. So therefore, we should honour them and not, ignore it and not use that vote properly. Sorry about this, guys, but I seem to be going off into a tangent here.
Totally agree, mate.
No,
Totally
you make a very good point,
want,
and I think the point that people need to make and take forward is the fact that, you know, we're living in a fucking absolutely, you know, contrasting society where we find ourselves in a place where everyone's got to blame each other. You know, did you take the vaccine? Did you not take the vaccine? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? Did you? You know, it's like
Luke,
a blame
keep it down,
factor.
mate, please. If you don't mind, we'll keep things down on that. You know,
okay, sorry, no,
it's about banter and having a laugh, but we can talk serious on a certain level. But, yeah.
So it's about the blame factor. It's like one side blames you for not doing what the other side blames you for not doing, and if you don't do what the other side doesn't blame you for doing, and if you don't do it, then they'll blame you for doing it or not doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like a perpetual situation where you can't get out of it, because it's like me. If I say, "Oh, Dino, you didn't do X, Y, Z, therefore you're to blame for all the problems in the world," and then you say to me, "Fluke, you didn't do X, Y, Z, therefore you're to blame for all the problems in the world." You know, it's about blaming each other. That's the agenda. The agenda is about blaming. It's about pushing people against each other, regardless whether it's political, scientific, or, you know, about, you know, the V word or whatever it is. It's about pushing people against each other. That's what it's about. And it's about that because the whole reason is that's the only thing they've got to fucking use against us, is to blame each other. Yeah.
So keep it cool, mate. We did speak earlier, and
I was trying to be as
I know
conservative as
fine,
I
mate.
possibly could.
It's good to hear things, but I know when you're going to get to a certain point where it could go thingy, but not tonight, mate. But you know, on Friday, if you want a good half hour and have a right go, that's fine, but not tonight. But you know, we can talk about it in a certain way, but not heavy.
Yeah, but
that makes sense.
You know, at which point are we going to talk about it? But we can't talk about it in a certain way. But we can talk about it on Friday, but we can't talk about it on Tuesday. I mean, you know.
Well, to be honest, Fluke, because tonight's a different subject. So, you know, people, we're having banter and a laugh tonight, and on Friday it will be different. It's a different live stream. So.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sort of. I'm just saying that if I can say this tonight, you know, and express my opinion, then and I'm trying to do it as diplomatically as I possibly can, right? Then why is it I can't express my opinion tonight, but I can express my opinion on Friday? And I know it's your live stream, Dino, and I have absolute respect for you for doing the lives as well. And I've got all the time in the world for you. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like it doesn't make any sense to me that I can express my opinion one night, but I can't express my opinion on another night. And you've
got to understand, Flo, tonight was a different agenda, right? It was about getting people on here, having a laugh, a bit of banter, everything else. The Friday night lives are totally different. There's a couple of hours banter, then it gets serious. That's what Dino's trying to say. And if you can't understand that, mate.
Well, no,
I don't normally do
I completely
mid-length,
respect Dino's lives, right? I completely respect Dino's lives, right? I've always been honest and straight up with Dino. We've contacted each other via text message and whatever else, and I've always had loads of fucking time for Dino. I've got no problem with Dino whatsoever, you know. And all I'm trying to say is, if we can't express it, if we can't express our opinions,
we can, but I'm all about mixing things up, mate, and I think there's a time and a place, and I just think going back with Fridays, which has been stamped now for a long time. You've been a mega guest for months and a regular feature, if you like, and we can do that on a Friday, but we're not, and I like to break things up because it's not all about being serious all the time. We can be, but it's nice to relax beforehand and things like that. So tonight's, do you know what I mean? On Friday, let's have a go. Let's have a go. Come on, and say your thing and keep it, respectful and things like that. But sometimes we can just come away from that and just try and relax with something else. And if you want, bring it up like we have done tonight, but not kind of slide off that area where we can start getting to an argument or into a debate. Not tonight, on Friday, yeah. I know it sounds stupid, but I just, I don't want all my lives to be the same thing every time. Because a lot of people, I get different guests in who come in for the banter, and some guys tonight won't come in on Friday, and so it's just like I do on my channel with videos. It's a variety of things. I want to mix things up. I don't want to stay on. No disrespect, Luke, but I know you work hard and that, but I think you need to jump off sometimes, and you probably do, But I just think relax and come off it and then go back to it, and that's what I'm trying to do, because I only do one live a week. The reason I did last night is because I do owe it to my supporters, because of a regular night, and I missed out, so I thought I'll do one as early as I can as soon as I feel better, which was last night. And then Bikereddie put me on the spot to do one the night after. Last time I did that, I can't remember, 2 nights in a row. But on Friday, it's different, So you're very welcome to, we can do this more deeper on Friday, but not tonight. Let's all have a rest. But yeah, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it on a certain level and not go through that other door.
Well, I'll tell you what
we can do, mate. Please understand that.
Yeah, no, and I respect you, Dino, and I respect your live stream, and I respect what you do. And sorry, Biker, why were you laughing?
I was coughing, mate.
Can I think he's just coughing, Luke. Listen,
right, okay. So what I'll do is, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll kind of just say, I appreciate everybody that's on the live stream and in the chat and everything else, and I've got a ton of respect for all of you guys. Do you know what I mean? And we need to have this conversation, whether it's tonight or Friday night or next Tuesday night.
Yeah,
or
but Luke, not every night. That's the point.
Yeah,
not every night.
And that's the point. So, okay. So what I'll do is, for tonight, obviously, I'm going to jump off, and you guys can have a chinwag about whatever it is you want to have a chinwag about. And I just want to say that, we live in very, very controversial times, and they need to have very, very controversial opinions, and we all need to have those conversations, right? And, I agree that, it's your live stream, Dino, and we need to respect your live stream. And we also need to respect the fact that, we all have to have, to a certain degree, we need to to get a hold of this situation, because if we don't, we're all fucked.
Right.
But Fluke,
Okay.
what I mean, just a question. I mean, you're quite an intelligent person. You do your research. What do you do with that information that you get? I mean, do you disseminate it out to everybody else? Did you contact politicians? Do you contact the Prime Minister? Do you contact those people rather than just putting it on social media? That's what I'm interested in. What do you do with that information you got? You're very good at it, I must admit. You're very good at that. But I'm just concerned it's only on here, if you like. So
no, it's not only on here. It's like if you go to Bastion Radio's channel, and you'll see all of the stuff that I've done, all the research that I've done. And the last place I'm going to go is go and knock on the door of a fucking politician and give him my research. Do you know what I mean? Because he ain't there to fucking benefit me. He's there to benefit himself. Right? He doesn't give a flying fuck about what I've got to say. The politician. Imagine if I just put up some of the research that I've done and present that to Chris Whitty. Do you think he's going to give a flying fuck about what I've got to say? No, he ain't.
Well, he's hearing another side of the story, isn't he?
Sorry?
He'll be hearing another side of the story. Somebody who's put a lot of research.
It's the side of the story that doesn't sort of contemplate what he's got to say, because he's got an agenda to follow, and he's got a monetary, agenda to follow, and he doesn't give a flying fuck what Fluke Dog's got to say. He doesn't care about what Dino's got to say. He doesn't care about what you've got to say.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So what's the point? Why would I contact the fucking Chris Whitty and say, hello, Mr. Chris Whitty, my name's Fluke Dog, and I've got this to present to you? Because do you think he gives a flying fuck about what I've got to say?
I doubt
he
it.
doesn't.
I doubt it. You wouldn't even get an answer like me.
Exactly. So don't even ask the question. I mean, I appreciate the question.
Well, I mean, I have a right to ask a question.
Yeah, and I appreciate the question.
Can we just slow it down now? I want this to stop, Luke. I want this to stop now. Okay, we can carry it on Friday, right? Not tonight. I appreciate you coming back on. Not seen you for a while, guys. Fluke's here. He's back. Let's keep it cool, right? If we're going to get through things a lot quicker and better, and understand each other a lot quicker and better, it's to make sure we talk on a certain level. Your passion takes over. That's all.
Excuse me. I'd love to come. I'd love to. Sorry. I'm just eating
Bikers. Sorry, John. Let me just say this, and I'm going to nip off for a minute. But Bikers jumped off saying good night to everyone. Normally he says good night before he jumps off, but there you go.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I'd love to come back on Friday and debate.
Yeah.
Who is and who isn't academically qualified in any sort of field, whether it be immunology or virology or any kind of respective fields. I mean, so if you're going to call out a man that is academically qualified in their field, if you're going to call that man out, if you're not exactly in the same position as them, whereas you are academically qualified in any field, that would make a very interesting argument and a very interesting debate.
Dino's gone off for a minute.
If you understand where I'm coming from, I mean, because you know, if
just give me
you're
2
gonna
minutes, guys, and keep it cool. And
yeah, no, it's always cool. It's always cool.
yeah,
It's
no,
always
fine,
cool.
fine,
100%.
fine. It'll be 2 minutes.
Anyway, John, what
So,
part of London are you in?
I'm actually I'm from Walthamstow.
All right, okay.
But actually, I live in Hornchurch at the moment.
All right, Essex boy then now, eh?
Well, no, I'm not an Essex boy because my family originate from
Walthamstow.
Wapping. No,
All
Wapping.
right, yeah,
Wapping.
yeah.
My roots are intrinsically bound to East London.
Tobacco Docks.
Tobacco Docks, Wapping.
Yeah.
The family progressed. They grew up. They moved out to Redbridge, and then obviously out to just diversified into. They reached out. They made their money. They reached out, but I'm actually a true born East Londoner. I was born in Walthamstow.
Walthamstow. I know the market. I know the pie shop in Walthamstow. I have it street there.
Menzies.
Yeah, Menzies. Yeah.
Do you know the Crooked Billet?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Crooked Billet. I was born on Bretton Road.
Right. I ain't been over there for a while. I said to my son, we must go over to Walthamstow Market just to get out for a day or something like that, you know. Because I'm a North London boy.
Okay, whereabouts?
Where Tony Blair came from.
Okay, so I'm not asking you to dox yourself, but
no.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, North
East
London.
East London, born and bred.
Yep. Not wrong with that, lad, is there? As Eddie would say.
But don't conflate. And a lot of people do this. Don't conflate the demographic he was born in that would sort of reflect on your knowledge and your intellect.
Yeah, no. Well, I was listening to you earlier on, and I think your dad, bless him, had a good working mantra. He was right in what he was saying to you about, you know, if you're not going out the door in the morning, you're not working. You know, you're not.
Oh.
But the point is, obviously, my mum always said, the one thing you must do in life is pay your bleeding Duke of Kent. And you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, Duke of Kent. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, mate.
You know,
I mean,
and that keeps a roof over your head then, doesn't it?
I come from a family of grafters.
That's right. You sound like it. You just sound
proper
like it.
grafters.
Yeah, you sound like it, mate.
And, you know, my mindset is get shit done. Yeah. No matter what, you know. I don't even want to try and fucking explain myself because there's nothing to explain.
No.
Because that's the mentality. It's like wake up, go to work, get that money. But I'm a different. I've molded myself differently. I mean, if you can see my avatar, that's my home personal studio. I'm very musical.
Right.
And I'm not gonna really go into too much detail. You know, I'm a jack of all trades, but probably only master of one or two.
Yeah. Nothing wrong in that, mate. You sound fair enough to me, buddy. Like, you know, but that's us, innit? You know what I mean?
Straight up and to the point. No fucking around.
Nothing wrong in that.
Shit needs to get done. It gets done, and that's it. That's me. That's where I come from.
Good on you. Dino's back now. Look.
How you doing? Sorry about that. Right, I just want to go back in the chat just for a minute and say hello to people that you might have joined new. I'll not be on for too much longer. It's almost 5 to 11 British time.
Yeah, no.
Anyone who's joined, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Dean, for letting me on. It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you guys, and it's
nice
always
to have you
good to
on,
meet
mate.
new people. Always good to meet new people, branch out, take other people's opinions and perspectives, and where they're from, where they're at, and what they're doing. And Fluke, I wish he could have stayed on. I'm sure I could have a very healthy
Yeah.
debate and discussion with him. He seems like a
I'm
really
sure. Well, what it is, John, I'm not sure if you're aware that on Fridays it's slightly
yeah, no,
different because
yeah.
I don't do any other lives other than Fridays, but
Mm.
I just felt, you know, I owed it to a lot of people to come on when I felt a bit better to come on straight away and say thank you and let's have a bit of a laugh and a bit of
Yeah.
banter and a chat like we do anyway. And we do, but on a Friday, I don't mind it being a bit different for an hour or two. So,
Dino's Yorkshire Tiger just asked my opinion on Blair's situation with a knighthood. No, he shouldn't receive a knighthood. The man is a warmonger.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. I don't think Tony Blair is worthy of any honor. And I say this, and it's very personal to me because my friends that served in the armed forces, they were the first fucking, especially Billy, he was with one para, and he was one of the first fucking guys to go into Iraq. One of the first fucking guys, and Tony Blair, I will never forget. Sorry, I'm not going to monologue, but I will say this: I will never forget the look on Tony Blair's face when he come out of that meeting with George W. Bush fucking Jr. At Camp David. I will never forget the look on Tony Blair's face. It is ingrained in my fucking psyche. And this was the face of the man that was thinking to himself, what the fuck have I just got myself into?
Yeah, but John, I mean, what, 500 people, 500,000, 600,000 people have signed a petition, and that petition, you know where it'll end up? Nowhere. Because the
Nowhere.
point is, because he's part of the establishment, he actually bought in almost privatisation of the health service on the private finance initiative. He ruined councils, allowing councils to actually also do away with their direct labour staff and actually get contractors in to do that job. So I have no time for that man whatsoever.
The thing is, when Labour came back into power, excuse me, in 1998, you know, the immigration, and I'm not a nationalist, I'm not a racist, I'm a central realist, and that's my political standpoint. But when the Labour government came into power in 1998, the immigration rates went through the fucking roof exponentially, because these people, these politicians, they don't give a fuck. All they want is to be put in a position of power where they can stay there. And if it means by any nefarious means, by opening up the floodgates to hordes of and I use that word flippantly, hordes of immigration, whereas, you know, the only reason why you can come to this country is because we've opened the floodgates, but as long as you come in and vote for us and keep us in power.
I mean, you were saying about nationalists. I mean, I want this question answered by somebody. I've asked politicians, if you're an English person and you love your country, you're a nationalist, but people say you're a racist. Now, why is there no difference between a Scots nationalist than the English nationalist?
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, this is where people misconstrue the word. I mean, it's like, I don't know how to really explain this, but it's like the word racism is so flippantly used, whereas, you know, oh well, if you disagree that all of these immigrants are coming to our country, and you know, you must be a racist. And what is the true definition of the word racism?
Well, there you go. Hello, Eddie.
Hello.
Right, we're going to change this. We're going to change it, guys. I know it's gone on. Fluke's been on. It's kind of instigated, if you like. I don't mean that in a bad way.
No.
A certain type of conversation. John's joined in, and you know, I will leave John to it when he's talking to people, because you know, makes a lot of sense and it's a good conversation. But I think we should change it now, because I'm not going on for too long. Biker's back on. It is all about banter and a good laugh. We can have a good serious chat, no problem. But if we want to go deeper than the serious stuff, or
Yeah,
no,
that's cool. That's
we'll do
cool,
that
Dave.
on a Friday, John.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll tell you what, I'll be back here on Friday, and we can discuss these
It won't go on
matters.
for too long. It won't be an all-night thing. Like, you know, we'll go on all night about this, but we will have a couple of solid hours at least. No worries about it. Okay, but tonight, people who come in and view and you know, they know what they've come in for tonight, which is a good laugh, bit of banter. We can talk serious, no problem whatsoever. We have done, but we have to know when to leave it. But on Friday, we'll do it different.
Nice to see you back, Eddie. Did you get over your coughing fit?
Yeah.
It definitely was coughing. I know, because I heard it as well. I mean, if
just
you notice,
a very long piss, John. That's all it was.
I'll put my hand over that when I'm talking.
Sure, wasn't COVID, COVID. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to say, right, I apologise for leaving abruptly. I got abused by a certain person on another channel a few days ago. I was basically told to grow up and grow a pair, and that anybody that has had the vaccine, he hopes they die, and that was it. And they're all pricks, right?
Nice.
Now I was getting a little bit wound up, and I thought I will leave before I kick off. I was being provoked slightly, and I thought it was best to leave, so that's what I did. Now I apologise to everybody here, because I am not one for arguments at all, and I will not argue on Dino's channel with anybody. I will leave first.
Absolutely
and that's
right.
what I did.
Absolutely right.
No, you don't need to argue, but we can debate.
Exactly,
in a
right.
very civil manner.
Right, a debate is one thing, an opinion is another, mate. Debating is two sides of a story.
Absolutely right. Two sides of a story.
Right, yes. But when the debate begins and you've only got one person's side of the story, which is the truth, or they think it's the truth, then it doesn't become a debate. Or when somebody doesn't listen to your side of the story, then it's not a debate anymore.
That's a very good point, because I've worked with certain people of authority, like managers and stuff, and they hark on about people's perceptions, how people perceive you. And my argument is that you know perception is a personal choice. It doesn't mean that the collective perception, so if someone says to you, oh, well, we need to understand how people perceive you, but what they perceive you to say could be totally different from what they perceive. If you understand what I'm saying, I might be rambling on, but what is perception?
Depends on what you're looking at.
Exactly. It depends on what you're looking at, but what you perceive people to be doesn't actually mean, if you understand what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm rambling on there.
No, I am.
apologize.
Yes,
James,
opinions are good, right? We've all got an opinion, whether it's right or wrong. We've all got one. We're all entitled to one. But when that opinion becomes personal and insulting, then it's no longer an opinion.
Yeah, but then if someone is insulting you in a debate, the attacks are ad hominem.
Eddie,
It's not really.
Eddie, when I was doing the trade union side of it, I met all types of people, MPs, whatever you like, local councillors. And when I thought they was a bit over the top, I'd rather get my team and walk out and just say, enough is enough. You know, we're hearing your side of the story. It's about time you heard our side of the story as your employees.
Yes,
exactly
yes.
that. Exactly.
Yes.
You know,
that's basically the principle on why I left the chat.
A debate is not one-way traffic; it's two-way traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect, if you've got an opinion, I would respect that opinion, like Dino and John's got an opinion. I'm not going to argue against that opinion. We can your opinions. We can have a debate on it, a grown-up debate on it. But the point is, it's no good, if you like, using insults against a person to actually get your point across.
Because the moment that you insult someone in a debate, then they've lost the debate because they've got no recourse. They've got, they can't reply to.
Exactly, mate. Thank you for that.
If you're debating, you could, like, an insult is taboo.
But you've lost the argument because you've got no recourse to come back. It's like, well, I think such and such and such and such, and then someone say, you're a cunt. You're a cunt. It's like, well, that's
the whole process then, you know. You can brainstorm on a thing. When I was in a band, and you come up with ideas and different, permutations to a song and things like that, and you go, no, but then you debate on it, and then you end up coming up with a decent song, and we can do that same principle with any job, with anything, a good song is as good as a good.
And that's a good generalism of a debate, mate. You all come up with different ideas. You all get together, and that's a debate. Exactly, that is a debate. But you don't have a debate where it's one-sided.
Yeah.
Where your opinions don't matter to the person starting the debate, and then
I'm not listening
insulting.
to you. I'm not listening to you. You're a cunt, and you're this, and you're that, and you're. I'm just going to attack you because I cannot actually conglomerate or perpetuate a response that would question the words or what you believe to be saying. And when it goes in,
I think the way I got attacked was because I came across in a very down-to-earth way. I was polite, everything else, regarding the circumstances I was going through at the time. And I got personally attacked because I blew his debate out of the window.
Well, exactly.
And that was it.
Well, that's it. I mean, you're entitled to question. You're entitled to critique. You're entitled to disseminate. Any debater. Sorry, masturbator. Sorry. That is it. It's like, oh, you said it. Fuck off, you wanker.
Yeah. Anyway, end of this story. If a debate ends up in a personal attack, mate, then
you've lost the argument. You've lost the argument.
They've lost the argument. But if that person can't be big enough and grown up enough and man enough to come back on and at least admit and maybe apologise, then that says it all for me. That just shows to me what type of person that is.
Yeah, but the thing is, you'd say to yourself, well, why am I going to entertain you? Why am I going to waste my precious fucking time on this earth in trying to have some sort of intellectual discourse with you where we can say, well, okay, I don't agree with that. What you said was
that's
like,
why I left, mate. That's why I left.
Yeah. It's like, well, I don't like what you say, you fucking wanker. You'd be like, really?
But that's not my style. That's not my style.
Oh.
And I will not come out rhetoric like that against somebody that has disrespected me. Although,
and do you know what? It's that
face to face, I would do, but not on a live, not through the internet where everybody's protected. I'm sorry, but no, face to face, mate, they would not come out with them comments to my face.
No, of course. But the thing is, I've got two analogies for that. Is like, why are you going to argue with idiots when all they do is drag you down to their level and speak to you with experience? And the other point,
I don't argue with idiots, mate.
No, what's the point? Why am I going to waste my time arguing with someone that hasn't got the fucking intellectual capacity in order to refute?
Guys, where do we go?
Right, listen.
No, if we skipped all this, what we talk about now, but yet we still have to talk about it. But it seems like we're not moving forward.
Well, I would ask why I
but
left.
We really want to, don't we? We do.
Listen, I explained why I left. And we're done with that now. That's all gone. I left. Right, on that note, I'm going to leave tonight. I'm going to say thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you to John and John. Your comments have been great. Your intellect has been great tonight. And I'm going to be a twat in the chat signing out. So good night, all.
Good night, Eddie.
Yeah.
Be good, everybody. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot off. I'm gonna shoot off shortly because got to get up in the morning, not for work.
No worries, John. Right, Biker. Thank you as always. But you never said good night to me, did you? Nah, left me out, didn't you?
You bastard.
Twat in the chat. Good night, John. Good night, John. Dino.
This is the Fusilier signing out. Good night, everybody. Everybody
good
on
night,
the chat.
John.
Everybody.
Everybody
on
good
the
night.
panel.
John,
good night.
Thank you so much, John.
Yep. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Take it easy, man. Good
Friday,
night.
Where do I sign out from here? Sign up.
Just click on.
Sign out.
It's that
Leave
big
studio.
red button. It's that big red button.
That's the one. That's the one. John, please come on Friday. I hope you do. We all hope you do in this chat. Superb.
Well, Dean, it's been I'm going to jump off too. It's been an absolute pleasure. I know I'm a newcomer to your channel, and I've been a subscriber for a long time. But
oh wow!
Thank you for letting me on and allowing me to say my truth and speak my truth. But if you're saying Fridays are a night where we can really go deep into many subjects, I'm going to be in there like swimwear.
No worries. As long as we keep our cool and keep it nice and steady, and that way we can move forward with conversation.
Exactly.
Therefore, a debate will turn out into be, debates are about making progress, right?
Yeah. We need to debate.
John, honestly, mate, if you're going to be an ingredient in that on Friday, please, I will certainly welcome you in with open arms.
I know I'm back on shift on Friday, so if I do jump on, it's going to be, my time is precious and it will be limited.
It's all right, okay. Plenty other Fridays.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure and never a chore.
No worries. Thanks, John. You've been great tonight, actually. Thanks for coming on. It's nice to see new people as well, and you've been superb, contribution-wise, brilliant, mate. Thank you.
I'm not perfect, and I've got quite a dark sense of humour that most people find repugnant and despicable, but you know, we've got to be free in what we say.
Absolutely, mate. As long as we keep it
Got to be
steady.
free.
Listen, come on
Yeah.
Friday. You know,
I
have
will
you
do.
say freedom of speech. I'm all for that, and
Yeah.
I'm very open on Friday. But we do have banter as well, and a mixture of other things. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a variety channel. I do different things. You know what I mean? It's nice to mix it up. So, but tonight's been superb, especially when you get a new guest on. You know. So honestly, John, brilliant. Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. It's been a pleasure. Everyone in the chat who's left of the panel, good night. And I am a staunch atheist, but I will say good night. God bless. It's been a pleasure. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, John. Thanks. Guys, please show a bit of respect for John. Great contributor tonight. Brilliant. I love having new people on. And it's like I keep people backstage thinking, who's this? Is that John Smith? Really? John Smith? Really? But no, he's been great, hasn't he? He has. He's been all right. Very respectful. Cheers, John. So yeah, come on Friday. Oh God, it's going to be tough Friday, I think. Right. Let me go back. There's only me left. But you've all gone. You're all gone. Still over 40 in. What do you think then? Shall I carry on? Right, I'm going to go back in the chat and say hello to people. I never get a chance when Biker's on, you see. Oh God. Right. Wow, what a chat. Yvonne and Lynn. LJ. Lee Moore. Not sure about you anymore. Gerard McLaughlin. I hope I've said that right. Spleen, right. That's a funny word. Ad McGillicuddy, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Right, I'm just going through comments, guys. Teflon, thank you so much. Absolutely brilliant. Lordy, Yorkshire Tyke as well. Thanks for coming in, Yorkshire Tyke. Good to see you. If you're still there listening, it's getting on. I will cut it soon. Okay. Oh, so James, I know you've been in there. Thanks, James Patrick. Alligator, superb. Thank you so much tonight for your involvement in the chat. Superb. Okay, couple of new names. Yeah, I'm fine. Well, Lynn, I do need a hug. I never get a hug off anyone. Right. I know that's going back 9 minutes, but yeah. I don't get hugs off anyone. I hug myself. Everyone. James. Do you know what? This is what I love about my chat. They're absolutely superb. Sense of humour, the way they get on, the banter, the laughs. Just love it. Thank you. Yvonne, I did notice you saying good night. Give me a minute, guys. But you've all gone now anyway. Right. I'm gonna go on now. So. Yep. Right. Thanks so much. Superb. You've all been brilliant, like you always are. Lynn. My Lynn. Thank you. Oh, Biker, why? I'm tired. Okay. God.
Are we at back row? Are we at back row?
No, we're still live.
And you like, mate?
Why?
All right. I thought we're all at back room.
No, I was just saying goodbye, actually.
All right, sorry, mate.
No, it's fine. Right, so, okay, right. Fat Fingers, thanks very much. Teflon, everyone involved tonight, absolutely superb. We forget all them small bits, what happened. You know, we're not going to allow that to happen for too long on these labs. So Friday, yeah, I'll give it a couple of hours. But when it comes to doing anything other than a Friday, like, God, why didn't people get it tonight? Certain people, or maybe just one.
Not a clue, mate. Not a clue.
You know, it just get that, just get it, and then you've got an invitation to do what you're doing on a different night because that night's about that part of it. God, right. So, thanks so much for coming in. Big pleasure. And Friday, as normal, should be. It will be. So around about 8 o'clock, guys. So, unless you want, do you want to come on live now or just go backstage?
What was that? Plod
You.
backstage, mate. I'll go backstage.
Right, no worries.
Plod
Okay.
wants to go backstage as well, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So cheers, guys. Massive respect, much love. See you on Friday. Thanks for all your respect and everything like that. Great laugh, yeah. So see you then. Nice one.
Be good, Al. Take care. Night.